excited to be here and visit with you today.
Well, thank you. We appreciate you being here at the Ray. We are very proud of this ranch. We've had it since 1991, I think it was, or 90, and it's a very typical South Texas ranch, and we have some probably 2.5 miles of Nueces River frontage. When we first bought the Ray Ranch, what we did was I wanted to, it was an opportunity because there weren't any improvements on it, so it really kind of gave me an opportunity to have my input on it. And so I built a set of working pens here that I wanted to last my lifetime and be here when I'm gone. And so I spent a lot of time and over the years had thought a lot about what I was going to do and what I wanted incorporated in a set of pens, and so I'm very proud of that set of pens, and it makes it so much easier on our employees and on our cattle when we have to come to the pens and work them. So it works very well with our meat company because we have the Nolan Ryan tender age beef, and that's a branded product, and we've been doing that now for about 10 years, and we're very proud of that. It's given me a whole new insight to the beef business and the cattle business in general, because I was always on the production side of it and not the retail side of it. And so now I have a pretty much complete picture of the beef business here. Well, the minor league baseball venture is something that my oldest son Reed, after his playing days as a minor leaguer, wanted to get involved in, and so he came to me, and we started the Houston Astros AA minor league franchises in Round Rock, and we moved it to Corpus Christi and brought AAA baseball into Round Rock, and so we have the Astros AAA club in Round Rock and their AA club in Corpus Christi. And we've been now 10 years with the Round Rock franchise and about 5 years with the Corpus Christi franchise. So that's something that we've done as a family. Our boys are both, Reed and Reese, are very involved in it. And then this year we started, we'd been banking, I had 2 different banks. One while I was still playing as a Texas Ranger, and then we sold that bank and moved up into the Austin area and opened the Express Bank of Texas and sold it about 2 or 3 years ago, and now we're started the R Bank in Round Rock, and so that's a new venture that we have.
You took over being president of the Texas Rangers. Tell me a little bit about that and what you've done with the club. I know they're doing extremely well. I got to go to a game with you few days ago, and I really enjoyed that.
Well, we're very proud of how the Texas Rangers are doing this season, and Tom Hicks, the owner of the team, came to me about 2 years ago now and asked me if I would consider being the president of the Texas Rangers, and it came at a time in my life that I felt like that I could continue the other activities that I have and do that, and it's something I always had an interest in doing, was help set the direction of a major league franchise, and so I've really enjoyed it. It's been a big learning curve for me, and the fact the team has played so well this year has made it that much more enjoyable.
Nolan, I'd like to talk with you a little bit about your days with the Astros, and also talk about when you went to California and played for the Angels. I'd love to hear some stories, because it was a time that when Gene Autry owned the California Angels, and to get to play ball for an owner like that had to be a great thing.
Well, I've had a very unique career from the standpoint that I started and played 4 years in New York with the New York Mets, and then they traded me to the California Angels. And I was disappointed in the fact that I was leading the National League and going to the American League. But the highlight of that for me was I was going to play for Gene Autry, who owned the California Angels. And so I look forward to it, because growing up as a kid here in Texas, seeing Gene Autry in the movies as a youngster was a big deal. And so he had always been a childhood idol of mine, and so I really look forward to it, and was fortunate enough to go out and play for Gene for 9 years, and be able to call him a good friend, and have a lot of enjoyable times together with him, and do some neat things. And so it really was special. And then in 1993, when my last year of my career, and I announced that I was retiring, when I went into Anaheim, the Gene and California Angels retired my uniform number, and he presented me with a bowling saddle that he had made for me. And so the saddle sits behind me today, and I'm very proud of that, and it's very meaningful to me that he gave me something that I really truly enjoyed and liked, and I haven't ridden it because he gave it to me and I wanted to preserve it, and it's one of the special keepsakes that I have, and so having that opportunity, you never know where life's going to take you, but that certainly was one of the highlights of my career with the California Angels. And then I went to the Houston Astros as a free agent and played 9 years there, and then 5 years with Texas Rangers. So I spent half of my career in Texas, which was very beneficial to my family and myself, being able to maintain one home. And we always wanted to be back in Texas in the off season, so we were able to live here year round. And being Texans, it was very important to us. So it worked out well, and it allowed me to pursue other interests that I had, like another passion of mine is a cattle business. So I was able to start my cattle business in 1973, and have been in it ever since, and started acquiring property here in Texas.
It's fortunate for the state of Texas to have you stay here.
Well, thank you. It's one thing I'm very proud of is being a Texan.
Well, you've done so many things and been involved in so many charities and other things here in Texas. We're lucky to have you here, and glad you decided to stay here and make it your home.
Well, it was a lifestyle that I wanted to raise my children with, and they're very proud of being Texans, and have enjoyed being Texans and being actively involved in Texas, and growing up coming to the ranch and spending a lot of time here. And so we don't know of a better environment that we could have raised them in.
Well, I know you have 2 sons and a daughter, and they all live here in Texas.
Correct.
And your sons, of course, are very involved in the minor league baseball. And I know your daughter is really tied to the Western lifestyle and ranching, and her husband they've been ranchers for generations,
right,
I believe, and have a ranch in the Texas Panhandle.
Well, we feel very fortunate that Wendy has a passion for ranching as I do, and that she married someone that has such a history of it, and the 2 of them truly enjoy it. And our grandson, they have 1 son right now, and that'll grow up in that environment. So that's exciting for us, and we feel very fortunate. 2 of our 3 children went to TCU Ranch Management School after they graduated from college, and we feel like that was important, so they could carry on the legacy of our cattle operation after we're gone.
Well, I really appreciate your time while we were down here and did a photo shoot with you for the October issue, and appreciate the hospitality and the tour of the ranch, and you and Ruth have been such a great host, and I can't tell you how much I've enjoyed being here with you.
Well, thank you, Greg. We appreciate you being here on the Ray Ranch and enjoying it. I know that you enjoy seeing ranches as I do, and so we always like to entertain someone that has the appreciation that we do for the ranches and the land.